Welcome back. I'm Bob Brooks, filling in for Rob this evening. A university in Chicago is being sued after allegations of hiring practices that discriminate against white people, or as we would call it, DEI. A professor at the University of Illinois Chicago says he was fired for criticizing race-based quotas in a recruitment program under the school's diversity office. He says faculty members would spend most of their time discussing the radical or racial characteristics of applicants and complained over a lack of diversity. Well, after speaking out against it for 4 years, his contract was then terminated. He is now suing the university in federal court. And joins us now, Professor Stephen Kleinschmit joins us, along with his attorney, Reilly Stephens, the senior counsel at the Liberty Justice Center. Gentlemen, good to see you. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you so much, sir.
Professor,
great to be here.
The way I understand it, I went in and read through here. They were implementing DEI. You got pushed out after, especially once you actually spoke up, and then the machine kind of turned on against you. What happened?
Hey, thank you very much. It was a very odd culture that emerged post-2019 and post-2020, that there's sort of this kind of meme behavior that went through the university where we started to implement these kind of shadow criteria in our faculty searches where we said, let's take into account of race. And then all of a sudden, these new programs started coming down from the administration, like Bridge to the Faculty and the Advancing Racial Equity Initiative, that specifically stated in their intent, we are looking to diversify our faculty. We are going to engage in a different type of hiring process that doesn't go through the traditional competitive channels to hire these people. And I sat in the meetings and I watched it all go down, and we discussed people's racial identity groups and sexual orientations. And that was clearly the guidance that was provided to us.
Because that's important, right? When hiring the best here, you want to know that kind of stuff. Reilly, I want to ask you this. 5 months after Stephen's termination here, I'm reading the complaint. The university posted a similar position that overlapped with Stephen's responsibilities, but encouraged only members of an underrepresented group to apply. So it sounds like to me they wanted your client, the professor, out because he was a white guy.
Well, I'm not sure if they said only may apply, but they certainly made it clear who they wanted to be applying. Let's put it that way. But yeah, I mean, I think that makes it as clear as possible, as with everything else we've laid out in the complaint, that what the university was doing here was that Stephen was let go because he did not fit their demographic preferences, right? He was not the right kind of person that they wanted. And what we are bringing this case to remind them of is that racial discrimination in hiring and firing is illegal. It's always been illegal. And when he told them it was illegal for his trouble, they fired him. And so we are not going to get to the future that all decent people want in this country by continuing to entrench institutionalized discrimination, by continuing to have these sorts of programs. As the Supreme Court put it, the way to stop discrimination on the basis of race is to stop discriminating on the basis of race. And as a government institution, right, the University of Illinois is bound to follow that, and we're going to try and remind them of that fact.
Yeah, even if you're a white person there. Stephen, I just want to say, I'm sure there's plenty of people out there that are in situations like you, and it takes courage to do this. So I give you credit for that. And I know you're giving a lot of people encouragement to maybe take up a case of their own. Professor Reilly, we got to run. I appreciate you coming on.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.